Welcome back to consecutive day 1132 of a diary of a Runpreneur. And today's topic is time rations. So please remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge and how you can get involved is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1132 of a diary of a Runpreneur, and today's topic is time rations. Okay, and the reason for today's topic is I'm currently listening to an Audible book called Unscripted by MJ Demarco. He's a kind of a financial freedom guru, if you like. He hates the word guru, but he's an expert in his field, without a shadow of a doubt. And I've always found him to be a bit more modern on Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad. So although I've learned probably the most from Rich Dad Poor Dad books and Robert Kiyosaki in terms of my money system and money management protocols, I love listening to MJ Demarco. He's a bit kind of out there in his personality, but he's a bit more of a modern kind of forward thinker when it comes to financial freedom. So I've thoroughly enjoyed his books. I've got more to go, which is pretty cool because I love listening to authors I admire. But anyway, cut to the chase. One of the things he talks about in his book is, you know, the money myth, and that people put so much value on money. And money is important, 100%, but it's how we're institutionalized as kind of people to kind of follow this money and how money kind of drives so many things. How it's important, but what he summarized was, you know, if it was a, you know, zombie apocalypse or something along those lines, yeah, obviously highly unlikely. However, when stuff like that happens, money becomes relevant. It's because we're institutionalized into utilizing money in a certain way as a perception of value. However, the true value in life is time. And I know some people realize that, but he uses an analogy from a movie. I can't remember what it's called, Time's Up or something. I think he said it's a pretty naff movie by all accounts, but what he said is that in this movie, every individual has a death timer on their forearms that they can look for that's just clocking down constantly how many days, weeks, months, hours, minutes, seconds you have left before you die. And so the reality is that we all have this death clock on our forearms. It's just that we can't see the time ticking down. And he said, you know, when you start looking at purchasing things, you think, oh, £500, that's a lot of money, or not a lot of money, however you kind of view £500. However, he said, depending on your circumstances, that purchase of £500 might mean, I don't know, 100 hours of your time rations. Okay, if time was rationed in hourly chunks, that's 100 of them. Now, if you saw your death clock of how much is that ticking down, that you had to trade 100 hours of your time to have whatever monetary value is required, in this instance £500, to purchase the desired item, you might look either favourably if you love what you do, or unfavourably about how you spend those time rations. And it's a really interesting concept because, you know, the reality is if people spend their whole life, so many people, in this institutionalized way of going out working for somebody else, having all of your time kind of run or owned by other people, other companies, you know, governments, and whatever your daily life is situated. We have 24 hours. Now, obviously, we have to sleep, so you can probably portion 8 of it out straight off the bat of every 24 hours, leaves us with 16. But if you're employed and you're working 8 hours for somebody, that's 8 hours out of 16. That's 50% of your time on a work day, for example. That's gone. Probably an hour before and after getting to and from your work, maybe an additional hour of getting ready before you go. So you could probably say that's 11 hours, which actually leaves you 5 hours of time. And obviously 5 5 hours a day out of 24 is a teeny tiny proportion. It's like 20% of your time is actually yours in a working day. So do you think if people realised that clock was ticking down, do you think they'd spend those hours in the same way that they're doing? Absolutely not, because there's a scarcity element applied that you know that you're running out of time, so you need to spend it the best way that you possibly can, either with your loved ones or doing the things you love to do. But we don't, because this invisible time ration clock isn't visible to us, but it exists, and that's the scary thing. And I think when people start realising that, they would put a different value on things in life, like having to earn X amount of money for something. How many hours of your time, of what you have left, is that going to take up to experience whatever that possession or experience is going to cost? And yeah, real eye-opening concept, because people just don't realise this, and that's the difference of having money working for you as opposed to trading your time for money. The difference that makes. Now, money is still a important factor unless you have a zombie apocalypse in this example, but the time rations are so much more valuable than the actual money itself. And once you start realising that, you know, and you start investing and having businesses and having systems, processes, data, things, people working for you, so that your money is working for you as opposed to you working for money, it gives you back those hours that are owned by other people. So I work for myself. Okay, I don't know, I might work 20 hours a week maybe at an absolute maximum, and it's hours that I choose to work because I don't class my role in entrepreneurship as work. I choose to do it because I enjoy it. Truth be told, I could stop and I could just sit and take a pay packet or whatever it's at, but I'm not going to achieve my mission and dreams in life by doing that. So my life is governed by what I want to do and why I want to do it. My philanthropic challenge is something that I choose to do. I want to make a difference. It's massively important to me. So that's how I choose to spend my time. And I don't have to sacrifice, 80% of my time 5 days a week. So I can exponentially push myself to progress on my journey of purpose, which is what it means to me. So I'm going to leave it there. The more to the story today is life shouldn't be valued by how much money you have. It's how much time you have and most importantly, how you use it. And if people flipped that kind of shift from valuing things in monetary value and actually valued in how you spend your time, how much time you have, how much free time you have, how you choose to use your time, and how much time you'd have to trade to get those material items or experiences in life, you think differently. And then you think, is there a way that I can maximize my life by not having to trade my time rations for things that I don't want to do in order to survive, and actually have money come to you or work for you, and then you can choose how you want to spend your hours, which I think is a super cool way of life. So don't take too long in understanding this. Understand it and learn that there is another way, and study and master the system of money and how it can work for you rather than against you, in order to allow you to spend the time you have on this world on your own terms. That's it for me today. Questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. There's a fly that's just gone up it, which is really annoying. But nonetheless, remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.